Your personal brand is either opening doors for you right now or silently closing them, and you might not even realize it. In 2026, the professionals getting opportunities are not the most qualified. They are the most visible and memorable. Today, we are going to show you how to build a personal brand that works for you. Even while you sleep using AI tools, most people are completely ignoring. Welcome back to KB Bluetree, where we help ambitious professionals stand out and advance without the burnout. We have spent the past year working with hundreds of people to build their personal brands, and what we have learned will surprise you. The old rules of personal branding are dead, and if you are still following advice from 2022, you are already behind. By the end of this video, you will have a complete AI-powered system for building a personal brand that attracts opportunities, clients, and collaborators automatically. No problem. Let us talk about what is really happening when you try to build your personal brand. You know you need to be more visible online. You have heard it 1,000 times. So you tell yourself you are going to start posting on LinkedIn, or sharing your expertise, or building your thought leadership. The intention is there, but the execution falls apart immediately. You sit down to create content, and your mind goes blank. What should you even talk about that anyone would care about? You scroll through your feed and see everyone else sounding so polished and insightful, and suddenly your ideas feel boring or obvious. Spend an hour staring at a blank screen and finally give up. This happens over and over until you stop trying altogether. Even when you do manage to post something, the results are crickets. A few pity likes from close friends and then nothing. You put yourself out there and the silence is deafening. It starts to feel like everyone else has some secret formula you are missing. Meanwhile, opportunities keep going to people who seem less qualified but way more visible. The unfairness of it eats at you. The worst part is you are already doing great work, but nobody beyond your immediate team knows about it. You have solved real problems, built valuable skills, and delivered results, but they are invisible to the people who could change your career trajectory. You are the best kept secret in your industry, and that is not a compliment. It is a problem that gets worse every day you wait. So why does personal branding feel so impossibly hard for smart, capable professionals? The truth is, you are facing 3 invisible barriers that nobody warned you about. First, there is the expertise curse. You are so deep in your work that you cannot see what is actually valuable or interesting to outsiders. Think about it this way. The insights that could change someone's career seem obvious to you because you live them every day. You assume everyone already knows this stuff, so you never share it. But the gap between what you know and what your audience knows is massive. The problem is you cannot see that gap from where you are standing. You need an outside perspective to identify what is truly valuable. The second barrier is the consistency trap. Building a personal brand requires showing up regularly, but you have an actual job that takes up your time and energy. By the time you finish your workday, the last thing you want to do is create content. The people who seem to post effortlessly either have teams behind them or they have made it their full-time job. You're trying to do it alone, on top of everything else. Here is the barrier nobody talks about. You're probably approaching personal branding like it is 2020. You think you need to be on every platform, posting daily, building huge follower counts, and chasing viral moments. So you spread yourself thin, create mediocre content everywhere, and burn out within weeks. The game has changed, but you are still playing by outdated rules that never worked for busy professionals anyway. Here's what actually works in 2026. The professionals building powerful personal brands are using AI not to replace their voice, but to amplify it systematically. Let us break down the exact framework that is working right now. Solutions. Start with AI-powered positioning and message clarity. This is the foundation everything else builds on. Most people skip this step and wonder why their content does not land. Here's what you do. Have a deep conversation with AI about your background, your unique experiences, and the problems you solve. Ask it to identify the intersection between what you are great at, what you enjoy, and what the market actually needs. Then use AI to analyze successful voices in your space. Feed it examples of content that resonates, and ask it to identify the patterns in messaging, positioning, and topics. You are not copying anyone, you are learning the rules of the game. AI helps you see what makes certain messages cut through while others get ignored. This saves you years of trial and error. Next, use AI to build your content engine. Here is the system that changes everything. Once a week, spend 30 minutes doing a brain dump with AI. Talk through the interesting problems you solved that week, the insights you had, the questions people asked you. AI helps you extract the universal lessons from your specific experiences and turns them into content ideas that actually matter to your audience. The magic is that AI does not write your content for you, it interviews you. It asks follow-up questions that pull out the stories and details that make your perspective unique. Then it helps you structure those ideas into posts, articles, or videos that feel authentic because they came from you. You are not staring at a blank screen anymore, you are having a conversation that generates months of content in minutes. Here is strategy 3 that separates people who build real influence from those who just make noise. Use AI for strategic engagement and relationship building. Personal branding is not about broadcasting, it is about conversations. But you do not have time to thoughtfully engage with hundreds of posts every day. This is where AI becomes your research assistant. Before you engage with someone's content, use AI to quickly understand their work, their perspective, and what they care about. Then craft comments that add real value instead of generic reactions. AI helps you be strategic about who you connect with and thoughtful about how you show up. Quality engagement beats quantity every single time. Let us get into the tactical implementation. Set up what we call a brand operating system. Every Sunday, spend 20 minutes with AI reviewing the week ahead. Identify the 3 key messages you want to be known for this month. Ask AI to generate content angles around those messages tied to your actual work and experiences. Now you have a plan instead of scrambling daily. Use AI to repurpose everything you create. One insightful post becomes a LinkedIn article, a newsletter segment, talking points for a podcast, and quotes for Twitter. You create once and AI helps you distribute intelligently across platforms. This is how you maintain presence without living on social media. Your content works harder so you do not have to. Here is a workflow that builds momentum fast. After every client meeting, big project, or learning experience, do a 5-minute voice note capturing your thoughts. Feed that into AI and ask it to identify the brandable moments. What insight could help others? What mistake did you avoid? What framework did you use? AI helps you mine your daily work for content gold you would otherwise miss. Finally, use AI for feedback loops and optimization. Every month, analyze what content performed best and ask AI to identify why. What topics resonated? What formats worked? What calls to action drove engagement? You are building a data-driven understanding of your audience, so every piece of content gets smarter. Most people create in a vacuum. AI helps you create with intelligence. Let us talk about Jasmine because her story proves this framework works for real people with real constraints. 6 months ago, Jasmine was a senior product manager at a tech company. She was great at her job, but completely invisible outside her organization. She knew her lack of personal brand was limiting her opportunities, but she had tried and failed to build one multiple times. Jasmine implemented the AI-powered brand system we just outlined.
Nice.
She started with positioning work using AI to identify her unique angle, helping non-technical leaders understand product strategy. Instead of trying to compete with product influencers on everything, she owned one specific valuable niche. That clarity changed everything. She set up her weekly 30-minute AI brain dump sessions and suddenly had a pipeline of authentic content ideas. No more blank page paralysis. She posted twice a week on LinkedIn, sharing real stories from her work with frameworks anyone could apply. AI helped her structure her thoughts, but the voice and insights were purely hers. People could tell. Within 3 months, Jasmine had gone from invisible to influential in her niche. She was getting DMS from VPs at other companies asking for advice. A conference invited her to speak. Startup offered her an advisor role with equity. Most importantly, she got recruited for a director position at her dream company with a 40% salary increase. Her exact words were, "I finally got rewarded for what I already knew. I just needed people to see it." Call to action. Here is your immediate next step. Block 30 minutes this week for your personal brand foundation session. Open an AI tool and tell it about your professional background, the problems you solve, and the impact you want to have. Ask it to help you identify your unique positioning and generate 10 content ideas based on your recent work experiences. Just do that one session and see what happens. You do not need to be on every platform or post every day or become an influencer. You just need to be strategic, consistent, and authentic. The professionals winning in 2026 are not the ones working hardest. They are the ones being seen for the value they already create. AI makes that possible without the overwhelm. If this framework resonated with you, like and subscribe to KB Bluetree for more insightful content. We are here every week with practical systems to help you advance your career without sacrificing your sanity. Comment below and tell us what is holding you back from building your personal brand. We read every single one. Your expertise is valuable, but only if people know about it. The opportunities you want are not going to find you by accident, they are going to find the people who are visible and memorable. Stop waiting until you feel ready or until you have more time. Build your brand operating system today, and we will see you in the next video.